Hello, this is Dr. James Bogash, Master of Health and Longevity and creator of Modern Health Myths. And today we're going to talk about something simple that you can do to drastically lower your risk. I wouldn't say drastically, but definitely lower your risk of breast cancer, even years and years in the future. Unfortunately, this is something that most experts tell you to avoid. So we're going to dig into this a little bit. But personally, I think that there are a lot of things when it comes to cancer that there are two events that happen. First is around adolescence when there's a lot of hormone development and a lot of things are, the tone is being set for a lifetime of risk. And then the things we do in the rest of our life can either protect or harm. So in other words, we know that soy taken as a teenager has a lifetime, or for the rest of your life, will lower your risk of developing breast cancer. But you can overcome that by smoking and eating like crap and not exercising, and so it wouldn't matter how much soy you took in. And so we need to understand that when it comes to risk, it's about an entire lifetime of protecting us from cancer. And the adolescent, as I mentioned, the adolescent age seems to play a big role. In this particular study, they found, they looked at sunlight exposure across, I think researchers looked at 1,800 studies and they narrowed it down to 13 that were really fit the criteria and helped answer the question about whether sunlight could lower risk of breast cancer. And they determined that on average, getting at least an hour a day of sunlight exposure in the summer months could lead to a 16% lower risk over a lifetime of breast cancer, obviously in women. There was also a dose effect, so more time in the sun didn't necessarily lead to greater protection. So about the hour was the number they were looking for. And we've been told to avoid the sun and slap on SPF 80 just to walk to the car. We now have SPFs that you unscrew the top and umbrella pops out. It's SPF 100, I don't know. But we've been taught to be fearful of the sun, and yet vitamin D and nitric oxide and everything that sunlight does for us is part of what we're designed for. Our ancestors didn't hang out inside all day long. They didn't slather themselves in SPF 80. It didn't exist. So we were designed to work with our environment, which includes sunlight exposure. And this study just again reinforces, it's not the first time, I remember reading about this, heck, probably 15 years ago, that sunlight exposure as a teenager could forever lower your risk of breast cancer. So get outside. Don't lock yourself indoors, especially when the weather is beautiful. And you can lower the rest of the, certainly you should do other things, but that one thing can lower your risk of breast cancer for the rest of your life. As always, I will post a link to this particular study in the comment section. Make sure you share this video with somebody who's maybe has breasts that want to protect them from cancer. Like this video and subscribe to the channel.